Hello, everyone. This is Independent Conservative. I am Ryan Bowling. Thank you all for joining me once again. Well. We all know that Kamala Harris is now the possible nominee for the president. I mean, she's raised over tens of millions of dollars, or they have raised tens of millions of dollars. And when I say they, I mean her big billion-dollar donators, such as George Soros, have helped raise a lot of money. All this talk about it's grassroots is a bunch of bull crap. They got big donors who basically propped her up, uh, uh, propped her up at the behest of her real supporters and real voters. Forget about the voters. We're going to prop this woman up based on money. So what does that mean for voters, right? Like, we don't care about you. We got the money. We'll prop her up. But anyway, so she's raised they have raised tens of millions of dollars in campaign donations. She's the possible nominee. Okay, but that's not what I'm going to talk about today. I want to talk about, evidently, the Biden campaign is aiming to focus on Generation Z and this new trend called BRAT Summer. And they essentially want to use this trend or focus on this trend in order to reach these Generation Z voters and the potentiality behind that of trying to appeal to them, of course. And this is classical politics and classic Democratic strategies. Because I hardly ever see Republicans do this. And I'm going to get into that in detail because the Republicans, to me, haven't learned yet. They haven't learned yet how to play the game. Anyway, let's get right into this. I'm just going to read a small portion of this article in conjunction with another article in reference to this BRAT Summer, because I've never even heard of it. In fact, when I started reading this article here, I saw the term BRAT Summer. What the heck is that? But they had a little link there, so I linked onto that to find out what it is. So we're going to get right into this, and I want to get into my commentary on what I believe this is all about. And it starts off, Kamala Harris's presidential campaign is seeking to paint the vice president as, quote, down with the kids. Of course. They're smart. And I don't mean smart in a good way. By embracing Gen Z. So I said, didn't I say Generation X or Gen Z? Okay, if I said Generation X, I was wrong. It's Gen Z. By embracing Gen Z trends like BRAT Summer and memes that have spread like wildfire across the internet, remixing some of her most cringe-worthy public flops. And basically, you know what that is they just take all the little things that she have said throughout her tenure as vice president, goofy things that she have said, cringe-worthy things that make you want to upchuck, and they just remixed it to make it look more appealing to Generation Z, obviously. Her dancing and doing all this and popping around looking like a fool. Well, anyway, yeah, that's what this is all about. So I want to read just a smidget of what this BRAT Summers is. Some of you, BRAT Summer is supposed to be. I know it's a trend, but what exactly kind of trend is this? And I found out rather it's a trend, but what exactly kind of trend is this? Some of you may know about this. This is the first time I've ever heard of it. And this article in defining the BRAT Summer essentially says this. It's 2024 and it seems we are all ready for a BRAT Summer. But you might be wondering what even is a BRAT Summer. This got me. It says, to answer a few questions up front, the location, a grunge sticky club, of course, the color palette, a sickening lime green, all mind control stuff. That smell in the air, probably Marlboro Lights, fries, and sweat. Thanks to Charlie XCX's BRAT album. Who the heck is this person? Charlie, who is she? See, I don't keep up with these new artists today anyway. So some of you might know this person. I have no clue. But this is what the article says. Thanks to her album, which was released on June 7th, all things pink and Barbiecore are so 2023. This is BRAT Summer, and it is feral and green. Now listen to this. The sleek, clean girl is out. The messy internet it girly is in. She is everywhere. She is so Julia. What in the world? Listen, even Kamala Harris, yes, Vice President Kamala Harris, the potential Democratic nominee for president, is living that life. Okay. And it goes into details about that. Let me see what else does it talk about. It says, what is BRAT Summer? And perhaps more importantly, why is BRAT Summer? BRAT Summer is an aesthetic and a way of life inspired by the Charlie XCX album, you know, the one with the iconic lime green cover that is now absolutely everywhere. On one level, the album is the sonic equivalent of a grimy, sweaty dance floor. It is all deep beats and manic energy. But as many critics have noted, all this feral party girl energy is laced with a vaguely unsettling dose of millennial anxiety, and it goes into the detail. But basically, it's talking about a trend that's supposed to be among Generation Xers now. And, you know, in other words, being messy. You just messy, you grimy. That's the new thing now, okay? And I can't help but wonder, is this, and I don't want to sound like I'm being, I don't want to make this out a racial thing, but I don't see, maybe I have seen, maybe to take the back, maybe I have seen a lot of black teams acting this way, you know? I mean, I don't know who this artist is or whatever, but if this BRAT Summer is the equivalent of being grimy and cringy and dirty and so forth, then maybe perhaps I have seen this among young black kids, you know, young black people, because I've seen them they wear house shoes. Could that be a part of that? Wearing house slippers and pajamas on the outside. Is that a part of the BRAT Summer concept? Or is it after? I don't know. But whatever this BRAT Summer concept is all about, whatever this BRAT Summer trend is all about, it's not positive for the young people, because young people, unfortunately, they follow all kinds of trends, you know. They're young. They follow all kinds of trends. They have not developed the maturity to be able to say, wait a minute, this might not be all that healthy. Whatever the case is, the Kamala Harris presidential campaign is using it as a way to appeal to Generation Zs. You know, that's what they're using to appeal to them. Now, that's all I'm going to read in terms of the article, because the article is pretty self-explanatory. Okay. I got to find out how to link that article in the description box below. I just have it typed into the description box below. So if you guys want to read that on your own, it's from Breitbart News if you want to get the details of it. But essentially, that's what it is just the introduction is self-explanatory right there. The Biden campaign administration is going to use memes and so forth and use this BRAT Summer concept, this trend, to appeal to Generation Z people. That's what they're going to do. Okay, so what's the point? What's the point going any further than that? Here's what I want to say on this. It's smart on the part, in an unhealthy way, but it's smart on the part of the Biden, the Kamala Harris campaign, okay, to use these memes and to use this trend as a way of appealing to these young people. So they take all these negative things that Kamala Harris have said, cringeworthy things, negative things, goofy things, stupid things she have said, and they remix them. Supposedly a lot of this stuff is going viral. One particular one they remixed where it was her dancing around and so forth, and they just remixed it with a bunch of young people dancing around. And I think they're supposed to have on some kind of like lime-colored shirt or something like that. They're dancing around, popping and pipping, whatever. And it is getting a lot of hits. Is when these videos are going viral. So clearly they are attracting the attention of a lot of Generation Zers out here, for lack of a better word. It's clearly getting a lot of young people's attention. Okay, but these Democrats, they're smart. They're smart in an unhealthy way. Something that Republicans have still yet to learn. Now, during the Trump rally, I'm sorry, let me take it back a little bit. Before the Trump rally, they had, there was some kind of campaign, not Trump rally, before the RNC, the National Convention. I think it was a rally where they had Amber Rose, and I think I mentioned her a little bit in passing in one of my videos, Amber Rose, who I've seen pictures of her, I've heard word about her, but I don't know her in detail. All I know is that based on what I've heard, that she's not the most moral person out there, okay? But at the same time, for the Republicans to use her to have her to come up and give a speech, which I heard the speech and it was a great speech, okay, and she's in support of Trump, they know what they're doing in that sense. They're trying to appeal to the younger crowd. And that makes a lot of sense. That should be something that the Republicans need to focus on. But I also feel like the Republicans in their campaign, particularly with Trump, need to be a little bit more creative. You want the people to speak. You want them to speak. You want them to give the younger people information, but you also want to make it exciting, because a lot of young people have short attention spans, and just sitting up listening to somebody give a speech is not something a lot of these young people want to hear. No matter how informative it is, they'll hear it for a while, but a lot of young people, Generation Zs and Xs or whatever, have a lot of energy. They have a short attention span, and the Republican Party has to hone in on that. They have to do memes too. They have to play the same game that the Democrats are playing. And I said to myself, the mainstream media is going to make Kamala Harris look like the second coming of Christ. And I will not put it behind me that they're going to go all out in praising this woman to be the best. I mean, my God, she will not be able to fail at anything. They're going to make her sexually appealing. I know this is going to sound like a stretch, but I wouldn't put it behind me. They're going to have some videos where she's twerking. I get you this funny feeling. They're going to have her, or at least semi-twerking. They're going to come up with something. They're going to make her sexually appealing. The images you're going to see of her from this point on are going to be very alluring, very well made up. The cinematography is going to make her look like she's the best looking woman, going to make her look like a model, especially the closer we get to November. Okay, they're going to really promote her. And it's all about influencing the minds and perceptions of the people, okay? People who don't look outside the mainstream media, but just go with whatever the mainstream media says. They don't look outside of that because they've been, in my opinion, they're under mind control. They're in a trance state. So anyone that brings any information to them that contradicts what they've been seeing day in and day out, it shakes their mind. It puts them in cognitive dissonance. Their mind can't handle information outside what has been created for them. So they just completely reject that new information as false because their mind is so unsettling. It makes them feel so uncomfortable that their mind just rejects it. They'd rather not deal with it, even though it's true and they know in their heart it's true. They'd rather not deal with it, so they completely reject it because it makes them feel uncomfortable. These people, I believe, are being on mind control, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter for the Democrats. They want it that way. So they're going to keep pushing Kamala Harris. They're going to keep using this BRAT Summer thing, or at least one of the things they're going to use is this trend of BRAT Summer, whatever, which is really disgusting when you think about it, because according to the information that I just read in the other article, it's all about being cringy and uncouth and so forth. And it's like, where is the parenting here, man? Where is the being clean cut? And I get so tired of seeing our young people, particularly where I work and where I live. I get so leery and tired of seeing the young people with I'm just gonna be real with you, messed up hair, sagging pants has been around for whatever, but still, messed up hair, smelling bad, smelling like blunts, smelling like marijuana, musty. I'm not making this up. This is how a lot of these young people are. In my experience, and what the young people that I've dealt with, that's how they are. And it's really, really sad. It breaks my heart to see this. It really does. It's a trend that is extremely unhealthy for young people. BRAT Summer, Rat Summer, whatever summer you want to call it. But the Democrats and the Kamala Harris campaign, they're using this And they're smart in an evil way of knowing this trend and capitalizing off of it. So I hope the Republicans and the Trump campaign can look upon this and say, hey, we need to get on, we need to play the same game. I hate to say that, but the Republicans are going to have to play the same game. They can't be just so sterile and so moral that you don't understand. And I'm not saying give up morality, okay? But you can mix morality in with something that is funny and appealing and dazzling and fun, okay? The Democrats know how to do that. They know how to be energetic, and even if they lose, they know how to be energetic and make they can make something that's nasty and moral look good. That's how twisted the Democrats is. They can make something that is nasty and immoral look good. And from what I'm understanding about this BRAT Summer thing, it's nothing positive in terms of our young people. But the Democrats, because they're master craftsmen and craftswomen, if you want to call it that, they know how to take that nastiness and spin it in such a way that it appeals to millions of young people all over this country, millions of Generation Zers all over the country. Because according to the Breitbart News article that I just read to you guys, it states later on in the article that even though the Generation Zers are less supportive of Biden, they're a little bit more supportive of Kamala Harris. Even though among older people, Kamala Harris is a total failure in both black and white communities, she's a total failure. But on these young people, they like Biden, but Kamala Harris. And with that slight liking of her, the Kamala Harris campaign can work on that over and over and over again until they get most of these people online and on board with their agenda. So we're going to see where this comes at. We're going to see how this pans out, because this is just wild. It's wild, but it's not surprising. It's classic Democrat tactics and strategy. They know what they're doing. They know how to appeal to certain groups, not just intellectually, but emotionally. Because oftentimes, quiet as it may be kept, it's the emotions that trump intellect. In fact, the article in Breitbart News even says further on that one of the people that were being interviewed by the Breitbart News reporter was stating that, and I'm paraphrasing his words, he's like, most young people, particularly Generation Zers, are mostly emotional. I'm paraphrasing words, emotionally emotional, and they're all about fun, and they're full of energy, and they're emotional. And they tend to vote based on personality and liking a person, not policies. Now, if that's being the case, then what the Republicans are going to have to do is they're going to have to give the information, but and the policies, but they're going to have to spin it in such a way where it's fun, appealing, and energetic to the Generation Xers. They have to fight this on the same grounds the Democrats are doing, and stop with these stale campaign strategies. That's why they keep losing, in my opinion, because their campaign strategies more often than not are stale and dry. You got all these old men and stuff. And I like the RNC. It was cool what I did see. But you want to get some younger people in there, because I trust and believe the Democrats are going to have it in there. They're going to play the race game. They're going to have a lot of young people in there. And you watch. I'll be shocked if they don't, because they know how to manipulate. They know how to twist. And I hate to say, Republicans are going to have to learn how to do the same thing. You're going to have to learn how to not only give information, real information like they're good at doing, but you're going to have to learn how to appeal to the emotions and the energy of people in order to pull them in as well. So that's what I wanted to say on that. Yeah, this is not surprising to me. Of course, they're going to make Kamala Harris the second coming of Christ. I said they would. But here we see the campaign. We see the strategy that they're putting forth by using this trend, BRAT Summer, as a way of appealing to these Generation Zers and say, hey, we got, and for these memes to become viral shows you that they're making inroads. There's some success there. So I think the Republicans and the Trump campaign better jump on top of that. It's not just trying to make Kamala Harris look bad. That's something they need to do with these campaigns, ads. Constantly need to show what she has done in the past and what she has done as being the border czar that Biden appointed her to be, and how she has failed horribly with that. You need to keep talking about that. You need to keep focusing on that. But you also need to make things energetic. They also need to make them energetic. They also need to know who to appeal to and what methods and tactics they need to use in order to do that. They're going to have to start fighting fire with fire, because the Democrats are masters at it. So I just wanted to say that. Yeah. What do you guys think about this? Leave a comment in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. God bless you all. See you again.